What's up, everybody? Bike Builder Bear in the house, and I took my time to test two different style third motor mounts for you, and I think both of them will surprise you. And side note, I just had to clip this in. I never said that the machined third motor mount that is for the Grom, that could be adapted for the clone, didn't work. And I never said that it was trash. But I will say that anything that looks like this is bourgeois, bunk-ass bullshit, and you should not be paying any money for it. Now, if you want to find parts like that and put that fucking chinky tweaker shit on your bike yourself, go ahead. We live in America for now, and you still have the right to be stupid. Obviously. So this is a very nice looking part. But I gotta say, one of the weaknesses is this piece right here. And these hardware. This hardware, I mean, look at the thread. That is a very shallow thread. Very shallow. Okay. Then the threads in here are, even if they're cut, the threads on the harder metal are shallow. And how many, inch pounds can each one of these hold? Okay. And even if they were able to hold a hell of a lot, how much can that centerpiece right there hold all of the tension from all of those bolts? At the thinnest part right there, it's in between 1/8 and 1/4 inch. And like I was saying, this is a very beautiful part. It's not horrible. And if you have absolutely no way to weld, it's cool. But this is what I have to do conscionably, is show the weaknesses in this. And we're going to torque down these to see how much each one of these can hold. And this is my way to test the aluminum, because there's no stamping on this of what quality is. This is a wood bit. This isn't even a metal bit. This is a wood bit, and I'm going to see how quickly it drills into here. That's not 777. That's not good aluminum. That's not even the quality that you would get out of a BMX part. And I'm not trying to be mean. Okay, so this is a pair of chromoly handlebars. This is welded on similar to what would be done if you were welding on your frame. On your frame, this is a solid piece of metal. Right here, it's a small solid piece of tubing that is hollowed out and tapped to have threads for putting in your foot pegs and holding the swing arm and all that, the undercarriage. So I'm gonna yank on it really hard and whack it with the hammer a couple of times, and then I'm gonna stick the other one on the other end and do the same thing. I'm thinking I'm gonna flip it around to hit it and tug it. Watch out, hon. That's what that could take. Just a cut piece of metal welded on, and you can bolt this on and take it to any shop and have them just weld it on real quick. And then whenever you do a large repair, if you ever pull that motor out, because it'll hold with one side welded, it'll hold just fine. And then if you ever pull that motor out, you pull the motor out, you take it right back to the same guy and say, hey, run the other bead on the other side. And maybe do a couple of spots here and there. Make a big difference. So I'm going to put on the other one Hopefully it goes on the bar now. But I'm going to put the other one on and lock it down. Muscle, no torque wrench, just as hard as I can. I'm going to give it a couple of whacks and a couple of tugs. Okay, so I tightened all of these down real tight. I almost think to like right about before they feel like they're going to start stripping. You know, with a small ratchet and a hex head. So I'm going to give these give it a couple of whacks and see how it fares. That's actually pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty damn good. So let's review this real quick before I go and strip one of these out intentionally. Jeez, this bad boy. When I first started beating on it, so you don't think that I was faking it, you can see right there when I was hitting it, when I was testing this piece, I was giving it the gusto. I was hitting it full dead on with a good broken in, you know, framing hammer. Solid damn hammer. You know, I thought this would be better than the sledge because, you know, you just need a bunch of good firm whacks. We're not trying to just decimate and break my vise off, which I do need to upgrade. It's time for a new vise because I'm moving up in this world with all the purchases. But anyways. So yes, and then if you look at this, that's how much that mount moved when I whacked it. I had it going parallel to the bar there when I tightened it on. Again, this thin point is where I think the aluminum will stretch over time from this being tightened up over and over again. If you can keep these bolts from backing out with Loctite and they never back out and they stay in, then I think you're going to be fine. I think some people out there will find that, you know, that they can get by with this, and that's totally fine. But I think if these threads start giving out, the mount is going to be, it's going to lose its integrity. And it doesn't actually look bent too bad for sliding. It slid when it got hit, but it bent a little bit. And the impact spots held up pretty good. I was honestly expecting a fracture or a tear on this side. That's what I was expecting. After drilling the piece of after drilling that and seeing how easy a wood bit went in, I was expecting this to either stretch or tear or crack, which is not showing that right now at the moment. So that's cool. That's cool. Like I said, this thing isn't complete trash. It's not trash, and it'll work. Okay, but it's just not the structure, the integrity that you'll get by welding a steel plate on. You know, but both are good. Both are an upgrade, and both is worth doing, and both is worth the money either way. So let's get to the thread test to see how much these little screws could take inside that aluminum. So I went ahead and checked these, and they're at 120 inch-pounds, which is about like 20, anywhere I would say between 18 and like 25 pounds. That's my guess. I don't do the calculations, but by the way it feels, it's not even like 30 foot-pounds yet. So let's see. Let's crank it up to, let's see, to 40 inch-pounds. And let's just do this center one. Okay. It won't, look, it won't torque, it's just spinning. That's it, it failed. That's it. See? And that's maybe 30 pounds. Maybe. That's between 25 and 30 pounds. Okay. And each of these together within 25 to 30 pounds, it's just, in my opinion, not strong enough. I would want thicker CNC'd aluminum. I'd rather have 4 bigger, thicker threaded bolts than these 6. And I'd want thicker here, thicker there, and just bigger hardware and heavier duty aluminum. And I would feel really good about this. Again, I am not saying this is junk. I am not saying it's junk. I'm just comparing the two. Let's try again for one more. Let's see if it'll torque down. Nope, it just spun right off. And that's just a decimal. That's just what you would consider a 10-point decimal when you lift. So, I mean, look at that. So, it's up to you. This or this. And like I said, you can bolt the metal plate on and go to a muffler shop, go to a mechanic, go to a welder, throw him 20, 40 bucks, and he'll just run the bead for you, and you're done. So, that test was done on a piece of scrap metal from the piece that I was making my first 4-hole motor mounts, and that stuff is pretty strong, mild steel. The cost of that is ridiculously expensive to get something that thick right now. Even that piece I had before was purchased secondhand, and I don't have that source anymore. I do have sources on secondhand metal steel, but it's come and go. So the prices of my motor mounts are going to go up to $30. I'm sorry. They also are going to be now quarter plate steel for now. This is what I'm getting. Quarter plate's fine. It's a thicker piece of metal. Me, I liked putting the thinner piece on my bike. I think this will absorb more vibration. My thought was that possibly too thick of metal might be too thick for going on the frame. I rethink that now. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think we are holding motors with this, which need to be very strong, but we're not banging it on stuff. We're not rock crawling. We're not jumping these things. Some guys might jump them, but then you're gonna chew up your exhaust. So I think either way you go, they're gonna be fine. These plates for $30 plus shipping, so because they're heavy, so you're gonna have to pay for the shipping, and it's always gonna be $1 or $2 more than whatever it says on the package, because I'm having to buy packing materials. That's just the way it is. So $30, and then also, depending on your ability to do things, I can either trim this right here to where it fits where the kickstand goes, or you can bend this. If you have a vise and a sturdy hammer, all you need to do is bend it out about 30 degrees, 25, 30 degrees, and it slides right in. So, yeah, let me know. $30.